Good evening, and you're all welcome to the maiden edition of Campus Lens, the program that gives the youth opportunity to show their perspective on issues that bothers our nation. We are most grateful tonight to the Almighty for giving us this opportunity to be here. I don't know whether I should call it showers of blessing or what, but we are experiencing horrendous rainfall, and it's our prayer that all will be safe. We pray that no lives or properties be lost through this showers of blessing that we are enjoying this evening. Before I proceed, I would like to express our greatest appreciation to the Almighty and also to the CEO of BIS Media and then BIS GPS and BIS Movie Houses. Felix, your friends affectionately call you Biscuit or Pepe. We are most grateful to you. I would start by showing some newspaper headlines that we were forced to sort of see this week. Yeah, and then I will introduce my panel's members to you. If said, I've not endorsed anybody as my successor. The president told us over the weekend, and there's a group, some professionals who are kicking against the LGBT, the Great Daily Graphic reports. Pokuase interchange being burgled. Quite unfortunately, that's what we are being told now. Whilst the other newspaper headlines are going to roll on the screen, I would like to appeal to, let me take this one. The New Crusading Guide, attack on Anas over slaying Janus family's wife. Tiger Air still sponsors education of Ahmed Saleh's children. Chief of Staff exonerated over allegations of unlawful auction of cars. Akufo-Addo commissions Bantama AstroTurf, lost Asenso Boache and Wembley. Akufo-Addo's presidency, a canon of leadership and democracy. PB Dankwa writes. Ebenezer Kojo Otu adjudged best teacher. Reverend Sister Justina Kwachwa Nelson Kwashi, first, second runner-up. President applauds MP Wembley Sports for ultra-modern AstroTurf facility at Bantama. Then Reverend Owusu Bempah and 6 others granted second bill, 700,000 cedis involved. President begins Eastern Region tour. O2 is best teacher. The graphic says stolen crash barriers to be replaced. Resident engineer, the Pokuase interchange as well. Then Reverend Owusu Bempah faces trial in 2 courts. Akufo-Addo makes stopover at Kou, inspects £4 million, or is it euros? A TBA hospital project. Sampai gets 94.8% confirmation as KMA boss. Ken Ofori-Atta still at post. He's not resigned, as we are being told. This from the Republic Press. So we return after the break, and then I'll introduce my panel to you.
Hi there! Are you on the tertiary campuses across the 16 regions? Join us as we discuss the major news bulletin all throughout the week. Let's see the perspective of TN, TESCOM, and other students' leadership. Join your host Eugene Shen Elliott on the social media platforms on the screen. Click, follow, and share to your friends and fellow students. Powered by Thrive Marketing. Hi there, are you on the tertiary campuses across the 16 regions? Join us as we discuss the major news bulletin all throughout the week. Let's see the perspective of TN, TESCOM, and other students' leadership. Join your host Eugene Shen Elliott on the social media platforms on the screen. Click, follow, and share to your friends and fellow students. Powered by Thrive Marketing.
Welcome right back to the show, Campus Lens, where the future is given a chance to share their perspective on issues that borders our nation. Early on, you saw on the screen a report that says that the Pokuase interchange has been burgled. Things have been stolen from there. Please, we are asking the state authorities, you need to set up. We cannot have these things happening. Yesterday, I heard someone say that people should not say fix the country, but rather we should be talking about fix yourself. But I say that is wrong. It's because we know that people will do the wrong things. That is why we pay people to monitor such things. This thing costs the nation so much money. So it will not take even 10% of it to pay people security with cameras, everything. We should not always be doing that. Now this resident engineer is telling us that he's going to find money to have them replaced. What are the plans to ensure that they are not restolen? We are asking the state that they need to set up. We cannot be taking these things every time. These excuses cannot be tolerated anymore. We put up such a magnificent edifice only for just not even more than 6 months or 8 months for us to be told that somebody went there and cut off all these things and nobody saw it. Please, this must stop. And we are asking the state authorities, whichever district or municipal that the Pokuase falls under, the authorities must set up. How much does it pay somebody? 2,000, 3,000 to sit there? Security men to be stationed around to prevent the crime from being done, rather than letting it be committed first and then we now go after them, spend much money to go after them again. Thank you. Right, I will introduce my panel. As I've told you, most of the political parties, especially the NDC and the MPP, have student representatives on campus, and it is meet and right for us to also to know their view on issues. We cannot just wait for them to finish school, join the unemployment wagon, or otherwise of it before they start sharing their opinion on issues. It's good and right that we give them the chance now so that they also share their perspective, because after all, they are the nation's future. So the NDC have TAIN and then the MPP have TESCON. I'm informed that the Nkrumah people also have theirs, though it's not as vibrant as these two leading parties. So tonight with me, I have the TESCON president for Accra Technical University, Mr. Emmanuel Darko, popularly known as Bawumia. And then on my far left is Mr. Nidakun Wellington. He's also president of TAIN for Accra Technical University. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I know you must have struggled getting here because of the rains. Thank you for making it. I really appreciate it. Now, Mr. Darko, I want to know from you, how's campus?
Well, campus has been good. Campus is treated as nice. And I think, yes, the work doesn't end too well. All I'll say is we are still on the work.
So, generally, what's the feeling on campus? Not in terms of politics, but the general up to date. I hear government has given you Wi-Fi and all that.
If I'm speaking for my school, then I think there's a lot more work that needs to be done.
You mean Accra Technical?
Yes, there's a lot more work that
You mean you don't have the Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi we do have.
It's free. It's working well.
I think it's being provided by the school and not by the government.
It's been provided by this. Maybe government pays for it somehow.
We had it before government announced.
Okay, you had it before government announced it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Mr. Bawumia, I like your nickname. Does he know you are using his name, or that's actually your name?
Well, that's my name actually. Like I got this name way back in SHS.
Wow.
You know, during this 2012 election petition.
Okay.
You know, I was part of the drama club. So after everything, we go back to the class and then we imitate whatever they do in court. So that's where I got the name Bawumia. So I normally standing as Bawumia. So but since then, it has been with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you into digitalization or you're into economy?
Oh, I'm into digitalization and then also into the economy.
Just like your your namesake. Okay.
Yes.
So how's campus? ATU.
Oh, before I continue, I'd like to say a very good evening to your viewers, especially all the students of Accra Technical University, the TESCON executives, and then our members. I'd like to say good evening to the Greater Accra Regional TESCON Coordinator, Barrister Danny, and also People's Mother, who has been to be the Deputy National TESCON Coordinator. And to my people in the East Iowa constituency, I'd like to say good evening to all of them. And the MPP, who is being led by the Chairman Isa, and my boss, Audu Jisu. And to the MC, I say good. I just pray that tomorrow she will be confirmed, and then she will continue with her work, her good work that she's doing. So campus has been fine, good, cool, especially TESCON, very vibrant. We are just praying that by next semester we go back and then win all the souls in the school, because that's the only vibrant and intellectual group on campus. So I would say campus has been good.
Yeah. That's very good. Nidako, I just read the newspapers this morning and I was shocked that UTAG is planning to embark on strike again come Friday, October 8th. How do you take such news?
So coming from a school that has our lecturers going on strike almost every year, I think the government isn't doing well at all. I wouldn't want to blame this government. I'm just saying that the government, the system isn't really helping. This is because I've been in this school for 3 years, and every year I spent in the school, TUTAG went on strike. Because of this, we were not able to have effective learning for some time. Wow. What happens? It disrupts our academic calendar. And even with that, we still lose a lot. So what then becomes the essence of we paying our fees if we are not going to get effective teaching? That's a question we should ask. And if the current government also sees it fit to increase the salaries of the president and some appointees, then why don't you see it fit to meet the demands of UTAG and TUTAG? If they are going to continue going on strike, then what are we doing in school? What kind of education are we getting? Why don't we just stay at home, do our own research, get books online, sit and read on our own? I think it would be better off if the government continues to neglect the demands of our lecturers. In the end, we are those who be affected most, not them. Because anyway, anyhow, they will get their salaries.
Yeah.
But we do not get value for money.
Okay. Bawumia, what's your test code? This should be a concern for you. Because your mates are planning, some are even writing some are just defending their topic, their thesis and all that. And now, bombshell. If God doesn't intervene, Friday, the lecturers are going back on strike.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Points of Prayer is not TUTAG, which is the technical university teachers, but it's UTAG, which is the normal,
university teachers.
Yes. And for that, I side with my brother Nidako. I think that the government should listen to whatever they are told, their condition of service. I think everyone who works needs a very good condition of service. So whatever their demands are, I think the government should listen to them. And I know this government is a listening government, unlike a government which came some years ago, which normally says Ethiopia for us. I know, and I also know the
was that such a government?
Oh,
Ethiopia.
There was an Ethiopia government. Which one? I'm not here to mention, but they know themselves.
Now you see, what I like about this program.
There was just okay. The former government. That's of a public knowledge that it was a government which normally dances to this song in Ethiopia. It was like the song was being made for them. But let's go back to the topic.
I know. You see, what I'm just saying is that. Because we are students, I mean, from both political parties, NDC and MPP, what I gather from them is that the ring that they have on campuses is supposed to be the intellectual ring.
Exactly.
So, you know, there are things that we say out there, and there are things that it's not, we know it's not true, but because it fits into the narrative, we say it. For instance, I've had opportunity to talk to some people who says that, in the previous government, they said they won't pay they don't pay allowances to teacher trainees. And then I've had cause to tell the person, it's not true. That's not what I'm coming. It was never cancelled.
It was cancelled.
It's never been cancelled.
In the former administration, the administration of John Dramani Mahama, teachers and nursing training allowance was cancelled.
No, you see, that's why I'm saying that. You see, we are supposed to be the intellectual. I'm coming. No, I'm coming. I'll let you flow. You just hear me out there. Maybe you can understand what I'm saying. Because if you take the finance minister's budget of 2017 and 2018, he went on to say he had been paying allowances. And then try to reconcile allowances of the previous government. So the question was asked that. So why do they say it was cancelled? There was a replacement. In that the government said.
So if there was a teachers and nursing training allowances, and it has been replaced, then that means there's no.
You say cancel. That's what I'm saying. That this is an intellectual.
Yes, it's true. If something has been replaced, then that means the initial one has been taken off.
Yes.
So
it's been so let me see. If water.
If you used to give me money for free, then later you said you are giving it to me as a loan. It means the first one that I was enjoying, you've taken it off.
No, but
there was a condition to which they were going to be given that
money.
Yes.
that's why
what the condition was.
Okay, you see,
but what was there?
No, before
since
I don't want us to be.
I don't know is it in who brought this?
I don't want this to be a banter. I'm just trying to paint the picture.
Yes.
What the way you see perception is different. It varies. The way you look at it and the way he looks at it or the way I look at it might vary.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying that first of all we must look at what it is. Like the 7 blind men went to see the elephant. We all know it was an elephant, but then some saw it as a wall, some saw it as something else. That's perception. What I'm saying is that
But
you cannot.
It wasn't.
No, I'm coming. You cannot
perception.
just say because it was cancelled, because it was replaced, or the form,
Because it was
the form and
cancelled.
substance.
Because it was cancelled. Let's use the word cancelled.
No, I'm just saying that. You see, that's what I'm saying. That in no public document today would anybody come and see the word cancelled. There was two conditions. You take the school can take 100 because I have money to pay 20. I say I'll give 20 and 80 students will not get admission into the school, and the school will be there.
So by now,
I'm coming. By then you get a job. But now somebody's, and so that is what they were trying to do. That look, I'm not saying it's the right thing also. I'm just saying, let's say the fact, then we can now look at it. What I'm saying is that so the previous government decided that instead of taking 20 and the space for 80 will be free and not be used and anything. This is what we are going to do. We are putting up more hospitals, we are putting up more schools. So now, if because of the money that I will give the 100, my money can only pay 20. So I'm only giving 20. So 80 will not get admission. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm putting up more schools and everything. I'm taking away my 20. Then I'll ask students to take a loan. When they finish, there's automatic admission for them. There's automatic employment. Now, the new government comes in. The new government gives them
the allowance.
The new government gives them the allowance, reduces admission.
Which admission?
Admission has been reduced. I'm coming.
Where's the statistics?
No, that's what I'm saying. No. That's why maybe you've not checked. Admission. I'm coming. Admission has been reduced.
It has been reduced. Then you should bring the figures which proves that yes, it has been reduced.
That is why
admission has not been reduced.
That is why
everything is going on as it used to be.
So you let me land, and then after that. A third phase now, no automatic employment.
Yes.
No automatic employment.
Yes. When you finish that one, after taking the allowances, you're on your own.
That's the best thing.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
because for the government to say I will employ you.
Okay.
But no, even you who said that okay, there is automatic employment, but there were a backlog of
because there were no schools. Because there are no schools, no institutions.
So what were we doing? There were hospitals that were being built. There were schools that were being built.
But we are building schools. We are building schools.
We will take
we are paying the allowances.
You are building all the schools and hospitals. Maybe you can talk about
later. We will take that topic on a better day. On its own.
Let me continue and then
on its own so that we get to that.
Yes. So I'm just saying that the government, as I know, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government is a listening government, and I know the able minister for education, which is Osei Adichum, will sit with them, listen to whatever they want to say, and if and I know and I believe that their problem will be solved very soon, and I think that should be the best thing that should, because if they go on strike, we the students are the ones who suffer for their strike, not the lecturers. So I'm pleading with the government that they should listen to them and then they should help them out.
I also have much trust in the Minister of Education and his able deputy, the Reverend forgotten his name, the Reverend Etifo. And I know that hopefully before Friday we might not find ourselves in that dire strait where it will happen. Understand? Now, quick one. I'll start with you, brother. What happened on campus in the last 2020 elections? From the figures that we saw, about 5 police stations on campus. It seems that MPP did not do very well.
Which campus?
Were you the president? ATU.
ATU campus.
Can the producer share the results as for the 2020 elections, parliamentary and presidential, and then we'll take it up from there. Because I took my time because I was expecting you guys. What I do is that every campus I look at the polling stations, because you are also supposed to be on campus to be championing the cause of the party.
Yes.
And I realized that your party didn't really do well on the ATU campus, in all the polling stations there.
Okay.
Were you the president then?
No, I was just one, I think, 3 months ago.
And what was your position then?
I was part of the communication team.
Oh, okay. So what happened?
I would say, like, when it comes to ATU campus, especially the polling stations, which on campus, most of them, it's not a school whereby we do have much hostels.
Okay.
Where students, when more students are on campus, that's when they come and vote, and then they vote massively for the New Patriotic Party, because every student who is more intellectual, and then who thinks very well, knows that the only political party which can help the country is NPP. But by then, during that time, and when it comes to ATU campus, most of the people who vote are outside from
The
community. No, for the communities, not from unlike University of Ghana. University of Ghana, those who vote on campus are mostly the students.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
Because I've been to ATU during the registration.
Yeah.
And around the school, if my memory serves me right, there is a New Era, there is Grace, there is a Mox. Those are for the community, the Tudu community area. But this was in front of 2 new buildings in the middle of the campus.
The police stations on campus.
Yeah.
Those from the communities normally are those who normally register there.
Oh, okay.
Especially this the current registration. Those from the community really registered there. And when it comes to Korle Klottey constituency, it's a stronghold of NDC.
Are you sure?
Yes, it is.
How?
It's been held by the NPP before.
How many times? Just once, I think so.
Twice.
Twice, yes.
Yeah, but it's a stronghold of NDC.
Okay.
But I think that we need to work more. As I'm the president of this committee, I think that there are more work to be done to make sure that God willing, the next election we capture power from there, especially for the polling stations on campus.
Okay.
We make sure that we
I think there are about 5 of them. Akrapoli 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yes.
Akrapoli
Yes.
2.
So we just have to make sure that we get more people to understand the ideology of the New Patriotic Party, especially the students, so that God willing, the next election we get more of them to register on campus, and then we move on from there. We also have to go into the communities. We have to also work with the constituency. Go into the communities, tell the people about the good news of NPP, what the NPP have for the people, because NPP is the only political party that can really help Ghana.
Okay.
Not any other political party.
Nidako, your take.
Okay, so during that period, I was a president in waiting. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
And because
You was the president.
I was the president in waiting,
You was the president.
no,
He was the
You
president.
was the president.
they hadn't handed over to me yet.
Okay.
So the former president was still around, and I was also there working with him.
Okay.
So since we knew that students were not on campus, making it very difficult for them to register on campus, we decided that why don't we reach out to people of the community?
I think during the registration, that was when the COVID school was not in
yes.
session.
School wasn't in session.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also
So that
we
can-
also
that
we
can
also
happen.
decided that we are not just going to sit and decide that because school isn't in session, we are not going to do anything at all in the constituency. We also took up the mantle of also speaking to people. We reached out to a lot of people, not just in Tudu. We went to Osu. We did a lot of engagements at around Art Center and all, and you could tell that what we did paid off. We didn't just sit and
So it confirms what he says, that outsiders came to register.
outsiders truly came to register. That is a fact. But what did we do about it? We didn't just sit and decide to watch them because they're outsiders.
Okay.
They're outsiders, and we believe we're intellectuals. What's the best thing we can do? Before we came to school, we're just like them. So if not for anything at all, we understand them just like we understand ourselves.
Okay.
If I'm speaking to a student, I know how to engage a student. If I'm speaking to an outsider, I know how to engage an outsider. So we decided that why not just speak to them, if not for anything at all, help them learn how to vote better. If not for anything at all, help them reduce the number of sports ballots.
Okay.
And that was the strategy we used, and it worked.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I think for the first one, because of time, I will quickly let us delve into the our main topic, and then after that we take some break. So, Nida, I'll start with you again. Election of MMDCs. I think somewhere last year, was it last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago, 2019, the government wanted to introduce this election of MMDCs, and somehow the government had to take it away. Your party says that the government ran away because you will not allow them to vote on partisan basis. You said that you wanted them to vote not on partisan basis, but you agreed with the fact that MMDCs should be elected. However, our brothers also on the other side also felt that no, it should be elected, all right, but it should be elected based on party basis. And so there's been counter accusations. Just last week, we had this organization, what do they call CDD, conducting a survey on which they said 71% of Ghanaians says that they want them to be elected, and they want them to be elected not on party basis. Do you feel you have been vindicated?
Oh yeah, we truly have been vindicated. Because if not for anything at all, a position like the MMDCs are a working position. What do? You interact with people of different parties. Once you declare your party colors, the kind of interactions you could even have becomes limited. What do? You're working with a lot of MPs within that constituency. So if you are known to belong to a particular party, you are known to even have worked for that party, then people now start coming to you. Why is that we've been neglected? Why hasn't this been done for us? We voted for you the most, and you are not doing this for us. It monetizes the position. People start paying because they know they want to win that election. They know that, oh, we want to have feedback from these people. And once I start paying, or once I start working financially towards a position, then it means that instantly I become compromised. We wouldn't want them to be compromised. We wouldn't want them to have selective development. We want everybody to benefit equally. So we were fighting that it should be made on a non-partisan basis. If not for anything at all, we could turn to our assembly members. We could use them as a case study.
But there are those who make the point that already the assembly elections, going around looking at their posters, you will see some in green, some in blue. It tells you what the party that they belong to.
Not necessarily.
And I know that also for some of the constituencies, or let me say assemblies, you find that even the various political parties have internal primaries to select people to go and contest for these positions. So are we not pretending?
We are not pretending. Any election that goes on in this country, even SRC elections, even hall elections in some schools are political.
Sure.
You have the influence of the political parties in there. But does it make it a political election? No.
Okay.
People vote based on different criteria.
Okay.
That's the truth. If I'm voting for an assembly member, I'm voting for someone that I think can do the work, someone that I've seen engaging people in the community, someone that I think is better at doing what I want for me.
In fact, I saw one recent in the last assembly election where an MPP strong, everybody knows him as a constituency executive of an MPP party, but we saw him campaigning for an NDC candidate as well. Well, that could be accepted, but it does not take away the fact that we know their political
parties. Their political parties and their affiliations will definitely be known.
Yeah.
But once you take away the influence of, once you take away the face of a political party, then what you do, you give us a chance to look at other criteria and vote based on that.
Because it's possible that I'm NDC, but I like this guy.
I like this guy. Yes, I like this guy. But once I see him in party clothes, once I see him with party colors, influences how I think. That's the truth. That's the truth. Even in SRC elections, you might like someone, you might be in support of their policies, but once you get to know their affiliation, it starts to taint how you think. That's the truth.
Okay, so your brother says that they think he and his team, they think that it's not cool, because once I know, you know the kind of politics we do in our country. If I know Bawumia is very good for this position, he might be MPP, I'm NDC. I need to help him take, but at the back of my mind, I know he will be telling me later on that it's only MPP people that are good, and so why should I support that?
Okay. I think that we are being, if this word is not very high, we are being so hypocritical. Because as he said, even with SRC elections, we have political parties who have their hands in them. Assembly members, when they are going for their election, as you said clearly, not sometimes, all the time, political parties sit down, pick a candidate, and then the person goes there to represent the political party. So this is a time that we think that, listen, both assembly election, MMDC election, is always being done on a no, because the MMC, there is no election. But for the assembly, let me start from the assembly and then I get into the MMDC. With the assembly, we do it on political basis, but behind closed doors, which is so hypocritical, and also it's against the constitution. So we are doing something which is very criminal behind closed doors, but we see it as normal. Why don't we legalize it and say, okay, what we all have been doing, which is not good, let us now legalize it for it to be something which is good.
Okay, but the current bill that the MPP government has wanted to push across was not for the election of assemblymen.
No, I'm just saying
they
that.
DC.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm starting from one place to another.
Okay.
So if the MMDC, when and municipal chief executive, district chief executive, or metropolitan chief executive is being appointed by the president, we all know the person's political affiliation.
Yes, for now.
For now. And then we have a few number of people who vote for the person to be confirmed.
Yeah.
Why don't we give the opportunity to the people of the constituency or the district to select the person that they think that this person is competent? So the thing should be based on competence.
Yeah, so that one, there was no problem with it. I mean, everybody was for the election of MMDC.
And it should be on political,
but they didn't want it based on blue or green.
Listen, if we do it, it shouldn't be on blue or green. It will be on blue or green behind closed doors.
At least for some percentage.
No, not some percentage, all percentage.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh, no. We are in Ghana. We know whatever is going on.
Yes, we know whatever goes on.
In your constituency,
yes,
for instance.
Yes.
Who is the MP?
The MP. What's this man for? He's an NDC MP.
That's where Ayawaso
East.
Nima.
Yes, Nasa Mahature. Maknaza.
Yes. Okay, so you see, somebody makes this point that Ghana, the political parties, both are composed of about 5 million. But the president sometimes wins with 13, 14. Meaning that it's not only NDC and people that vote.
Yes.
So I'm just saying that if you get to an assembly, Ayawaso East, yes, the NDC and people will play their role. But there are people also there who look at the person, the individual concern.
So what is wrong if we vote on politics? Because if we say, okay, listen, let us do it non-political, it will come out to be political, but political closed doors.
Oh.
So yes, that's what we've been doing all this while.
Look at how do you see those who make this point that you know how we do our politics? We cannot, like you said, we shouldn't be hypocritical.
Yes,
we all know the politics, the way we do our politics. So look at a system where an MPP person is president of Ghana, and our centralized system. How would people in the NDC strongholds, NDC assemblies feel? It goes to presuppose that these people did not vote for me, and so development will not go there. For instance,
no. When you go to voter region right now, that which is a very stronghold of NDC, you can't tell me that there is no developmental project which is going on there.
But that's always, you remember the accusation the voter region made against the NDC.
No,
that they went to that Mahama went to Kumasi Ashanti region to develop Ashanti region and left his own backyard, so they vote against him. In 2008.
Yes.
The same thing happened to MPP when Ashanti region complained.
No, this government is
MPP.
developing. Just recently, I think Dr. Gideon Boakon, I think 3 days today, he listed some of the roads or developmental project which is going on in the voter region. Sorry, I didn't bring. I would have mentioned it for you to, because we are developing every kind of Ghana. We are not saying that these people voted for us based on that we are helping them, or they didn't vote for us.
But do you know that the MMDC represents the president in the assembly?
Yes. But
so I'm just saying that look at the system. You have Nidako as the MC of Kole Krote,
appointed on political lines,
and then Nanado is president.
Yes,
and everybody knows that this, like you said, Kole Krote tend to be more green, and so he's the president now.
Yes.
How does it work? Because he's supposed to be representing
the president.
Is he supposed to
now? The president appointed him.
No. I'm looking at the picture, the desired picture of your party, where assembly MCs are elected on party lines. So Nanado is president of Ghana.
Yes.
Nida Akon Wellington, president of Thames, wins the MCE of Kole Krote.
Yes.
And then he is there.
Yes.
He's supposed to implement the president's vision in the constituency. How does that work?
But if the president wants to bring any developmental work in Kole Krote, he chairs it. Listen, I'm saying
the person who doesn't like the president.
No, you should. That's why we are saying that it should be based on political. But the people will be the one to elect the.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That right now,
so that now you are accountable
to the
people, not the president.
Okay.
So in that scenario, you like to work whether you like the president or not. You work because in the next 4 years you come back to the people for the people to vote for you. Okay. I'm saying that when it's being done that way, the people who vote based on competence. Let's take Hohoi for example. Nanado lost there, but John Peter Mewu won.
In a minute, yeah.
That means they didn't vote based on his political colors.
Yeah.
But they know that the man is so competent that he can do the work.
Okay.
So I think when the MMDC is being done that way, the people who vote based on competence, not because of the political party that he or she is coming from. But we just want the people to know that, listen, this person is from here, this person is from here. What we've been doing behind closed doors, we want to now do it clearly for you to know that, yes, say Neti and I say Neti.
It's what you've been doing behind closed doors that he talks so much about.
Let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break, viewers, and then we'll come back to you.
Let's come back from the break.
Are you on the tertiary campuses across the 16 regions? Join us as we discuss the major news bulletin all throughout the week. Let's see the perspective of TN, TESCOM, and other students' leadership. Join your host Eugene Shen Elliott on the social media platforms on the screen. Click, follow, and share to your friends and fellow students. Powered by Thrive Marketing.
Welcome back. If you're still haven't alerted your friends to watch, please tell all your friends that every Wednesday between the hours of 8 to 9:30, your fellow students will be sitting here, and then they will share their perspectives on what the nation is concerned with. Okay, so before the break, we were talking about election of MMDCs. Guys, show us some interviews on this topic, what others out there think about it. Yeah, I think
Only this time, the signals from observers about the extent of threats to life has led many to one conclusion. Back in 2019, government shelved a planned constitutional referendum proposing amendments that would have allowed for the direct election of MMDCEs. For local governance watchers, the issue cannot be shelved any longer.
The demand for election of MMDCs has shot up from 59% in 2017 to 76%. And the most important thing is that both party strongholds have it. When you go to the MPP stronghold, per our data, 75% of the people want MMDC elected. And it's even higher, 78 in NDC stronghold. Small political parties, when you go to your stronghold, about 85% of them want MMDC. So it's not any institutions wanting it to be brought back. It's actually a need, a demand that citizens are making.
It will make sense to elect MMDCs. That is the only way we can ensure that this antagonistic relationship between DCs and MPs, which has implications for development, is taken away. Because once the DC is elected, the DC is now directly responsible to the people, just like the MP is directly responsible to the people. And so it creates an equilibrium.
So what we need is that we should pick up the pieces together from where we left off. The two political parties, the NDC, agreed that they want them elected, but not on partisan basis. The MPP said they want them elected on partisan basis. We should reach a consensus as to the way forward. But my belief and my thinking and my understanding of governance tells me that we should be able to elect them on partisan basis because it will lead to democratic consistency in our system.
It's all because people have attached their lives to the lives of their political parties, have they attached their lives to the elected people in the districts. So as soon as the names come up, it's do and die. Don't forget, nothing is working at the local level because it has disintegrated us. We need to come back to a system that everybody will feel part of it. Let the people elect whoever they want. So that even if the person comes from different political parties, that party will feel part of the governance system, even though he's not at the national level.
I rather prefer the role of the MC being given to our traditional leaders. We keep paying levies within their community and they have not been put to good use.
I advise all assemblies to go ahead and quickly set up meetings to approve the MMDCs without further delay, so that these MMDCs will quickly come and then hit the ground running. Because if they delay in approving the MMDCs, then they have to start all over again. And remember, the president has the right to withdraw an MMDC and then replace the MMDCs if the assemblies fails to approve the president's nominee.
Welcome back. So you heard the views of Professor Jampo and then the CDD boss and all that, trying to tell us that 71% of Ghanaians says they want their MMDCs elected, but not on the green or blue. They want people to come based on their competence. They should come on their own, and then once everybody is being allowed to have a say in it, then at least the monetization will come to a halt. You've heard the views of the intellectual wings of the various political parties on our campuses. Was Baumia, that is Mr. Emmanuel Darko, is also support of the point that I think he belongs to the 20% who says it should be on green or blue, and then Wellington Darko is also of those who think that it shouldn't be on the green or blue. But I think the debate is still out there, and we will leave it to you. Now, guys, fix the country. Mr. Darko, you've heard so much. A lot have been said. Now there's a counter group, Fix Yourself, and then we are fixing it, and then they're fixing the country. Sometimes I find it a little bit debatable. Some says that government is put in place or is voted into power to fix things, and so they are doing it. I think those who are saying fix the country thinks that maybe the doing it is slow. Over time, we've seen some group of people, I think they've done almost about 5 regions now, and they are going on with the rest of the 11 as well. What's your take on all this?
Thank you very much. You see, when we talk about this fix the country thing, it's a very good call, and it's very good that the government must listen to them. But this is a government who is already fixing the country, because just the work that they went, the number of rubbish that they threw around, this the sachet rubber, are they fixing the country? So they were not even fixing the country.
Are you sure that's what happened?
No, that's what happened. They are not fixing the country. As we just Pokwasi interchange boggled, it was a citizen who did that. But the person will come back and say, fix the country.
Yeah, so I would want to also, if I'll be allowed to interject right now.
You are not allowed.
The point he's mentioned needs a reply right now.
No, you don't have to reply. You write it, then later you reply. We have people who just dispose things just like that. They will come back and tell you, fix the country.
Bro, do you know why we vote people into
I'm
power?
coming. Have you seen Judges Gata? Paloma, the Gata?
Yeah.
Yes. There was a time that we have chunk of parks.
Rubbish.
Yes.
We call it the rubbish
Yes,
sea.
in the Gata.
They are coming out.
I don't know whether there is a time that John Dramani Mahama or Nana Duncan Akufo-Addo has eaten in park before. I've never seen it.
Okay, so
it
you
was
don't know.
we the citizens.
So you don't know.
No, I'm not sure they are the one who did that.
Okay.
But they will come back and tell you fix the country. But as I said earlier on, Nana Dankwa is someone who is fixing the country since we came into power, starting from the economy.
Okay.
And I just want to say good evening to Mr. Hobson Adoye for bringing on this movement, fixing the country. Because when you take the economy, for example, when you go to inflation rates, in the time of the NDC, inflation rate, the average was 15.44%. Ours is 7.31%. When you take exchange rates, it was 22.07% under NDC. Our time is 9.43%. We are fixing the country. When it comes to debt to GDP ratio, in the time of NDC, it was somewhere, the average was 12.78. Ours is 8.43. We are fixing the country. When it comes to GDP growth in the time of NDC, it was 3.12%. Ours, the average is 5.31%. We are fixing the economy. These are figures. Figures don't lie.
Back in 2014, NDC touted that they've had the longest inflation. The response from your party's leaders then was that we don't eat GDP.
But
that is not reflecting in our pocket.
Who said we don't eat GDP?
I'll quote it for you. They said they don't
so
eat
you can quote it for me.
I'll get it for you.
pleased,
So
yes.
I just wanted to bring your attention because the GDP might look good, but it doesn't translate into our pocket.
No, but that's the economy.
That's the economy.
That's
Yes,
the
what I'm
economy,
saying.
and it reflects in the pocket.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if there is high inflation, the money in your pocket will be less because you have to buy things at a higher price.
Okay.
So by one way or the other, we might not see it as very big, but it is reflecting in our pocket. When it comes to education, we have restored teachers and nursing training allowances. We are fixing the country. Free SHS and free TVET. There was a time that I use myself as an example always. I finished SHS in 2011, but I have to go to school in 2012 because there wasn't this fund for me to go back to school. But by then, if there was this free SHS, I would have gone to school straight off. There are some people who finish SHS, they are very brilliant. But because there is no fund, there is no source of funding, they don't continue their education. But this free SHS has fixed that thing. And it goes a long way to fix the country. We've added more facilities to all the schools. Almost all the schools. We are fixing the country. We are fixing the deficit of buildings in the schools. I can go on and on and on. Guarantee free loans. Then all in the when you go to the health sector, Agenda 111 is on course. We are fixing the country. One constituency, one ambulance. We are fixing the country. The drone system. There wasn't anything like that. We are fixing. When you take the one constituency, one ambulance, there was a time that only less than 50 ambulances were operating in Ghana.
Have you had cause to listen to the Fix the Country protesters?
They talk about roads. They talk about our hospitals. They talk, and these are the things that the government is handling.
Okay, so
okay, that's why host
they are talking about it, so they shouldn't talk about it.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't, but we are doing it. So what's the essence of fix the country?
Yes, like, you are fixing. Let's say you are fixing Cape Coast Takoradi Road. My road is in Asylum that is not fixed. I'm not supposed to talk about it.
No, when you say fix the country,
no, I'm
doing nothing.
No, fix the country in general. But if you check how the protest is going, everybody talks about issues they are facing in their particular locality.
No. They say fix the country.
No, that's the word.
They say fix the locality or fix my area.
But don't let us. I'm just saying that. I sit here, I'm talking about the problems I have.
Yes.
He sits there, he's talking about the problems. Your mom is saying.
But Rome wasn't built in a day.
I'm coming. So we are all talking. But when you were in opposition,
yes,
and you were mentioning things that need to be fixed, it wasn't going to be done in 1 day.
But we are telling you that we are not doing this, we are not doing that. Even the ones that they were doing, they were inflating figures.
No, that's it.
So I don't want to go there.
I'm just saying that you say that you are fixing the economy.
We are fixing
for instance,
the country.
For instance, the vice president in opposition told us that our dollar CD thing was because somebody was incompetent. Today we have our dollar to what? 5 to what? 6 or 7, 5 to 6 now.
6, yes.
5 to 6 now. 6 to 1 city is $1 is equivalent to nearly 6 city or something now. So I believe that the president, the vice president, or this government in general is doing so hard. They are trying so hard to fix it up, but it's still not gotten to the desired. So would it be wrong if somebody mentions it out to him that please try and fix our forex rate for me?
No, that I'm saying that. Listen, we are fixing it.
Yes, you are doing it, but
when
it's not going at the rate I want.
It won't go the rate that if we want it to go the rate that we all want, then we want Ghana to turn into America tomorrow. Like how we want Ghana to turn into America like tomorrow. Okay. But it won't be done that way. It's a step at a time, and that's what this government is doing.
Okay.
We are fixing almost everything. We are fixing everything. When it comes to the road sector, Sino-Hydro deal, when it comes to Tamale, interchange,
nothing has been done.
So many things have been done. I don't want.
Because recently there was a press conference. There was a news report
the Dopepesu Road. Kaswa Akrom Kwanta, they are all under Sino-Hydro. Okay. And when you go to NPP Project Bureau on Facebook, you see most of the project which is going on under
that one. You know that people who are not NPP want.
No, I'm not saying no.
It lacks credibility.
No, what lacks credibility?
No, they won't take it.
No, it's not a photo.
You saw somebody's green book. You said it was Photoshop.
That was Photoshop.
No, but what you are putting there. But what you are putting there.
You are seeing contractors on site, and you are saying it's Photoshop.
How would I see that on the app? How would I see?
It's not Apple.
It's what?
It's NPP Project Bureau on Facebook.
Yeah, so when I go there, I'll see what?
You will see all the projects.
Okay.
That we are doing.
I'll take the page from you later on, and then we look at it.
So let me. Yeah, don't worry. So when it comes to digitization too, we are digitizing Ghana. We are fixing the country. That's how when you go to US, the UK, that's what they've digitalized the system, and that's what we are also doing. Same. This was what our people from the other side were boycotting. That's the Ghana card and things. Even with the drone, the women organizer of NDC said that when it passes, it takes the naked picture of women who are bathing. That's what the women organizers, which is
code.
She didn't say it's code. If you have the thing, play it.
No, she said the thing had not been implemented yet. It was being discussed. And then she made the point that.
But if you
don't forget that it was around that same period that a drone had been used to take a picture of the former president's house. Yes. And then that was why she said that. I'm just saying that, you see, that was a bit of more trivializing, I should say. But I'm just saying that you could know that it could also be a point. I mean, that was how she understood it to be.
So let me go. When it comes to railway security, employment, we brought the issue of NAPCO, which is fixing the employment issue in Ghana.
What is employment? You are a student. What's an employment?
What's employment? Yeah. When someone is not employed, as in the person is able.
Because there is a difference between employment and a job.
No, I'm talking about employment is where someone is able and is willing and able to work, and the person has gotten the work and the person is doing.
No, I can give somebody a job and pay the person. That might not be unemployment.
What have you done?
I've given the person
The
a job.
person is willing and able, and you've given the person
A
what
job to do, and I'm paying the person. It's not
So,
employment.
and that's what?
It's not employment. It's
That's
a job.
what?
It's a job. That's
And
why
you-
there are two differences.
It's
It's
a-
a subset.
no.
It's
A
a-
job is a subset of unemployment. So that's why the
So
argument.
once
if
you
tell-
once you giving the person the job, what have you done to the
I've
person?
not employed the person.
What have you done?
I've given the person a job.
And as you've given the person a job, what have you done?
I've given a job.
You've not employed the person.
No.
If
Let
my
us look at
analogy,
it.
if
You
my
can
analogy,
check the
so
difference.
if
You
my
can check the
analogy is
difference between
accepted.
employment and a job. There are two different things. A job is a subset of unemployment.
employment. And
Okay, so if NAPCO have been described by your critics, or let me say, as not an employment,
It's what?
but because from your own the NAPCO policy, it says that you don't have something to do. You don't have even the skill set. So I put you on a certain
give you
job,
employment
and then give you
there.
not employment.
It's what?
I give you
I
a
employ
certain
you.
job. It's not employment. Go and read your own policy. It says that you don't have the skill set for employment to be employed. You are not
You are not
employable.
employable.
So we are giving you a job of which you learn on it. No, of which you learn on it, acquire the skill set and the experience to enable you fit to be employed.
And after that, you'll be employed.
That is if there is
But
a job.
we also this temporary employment.
That's
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying.
It's a quick fix. It's a
But
quick
so-
fix.
but it's employment.
It's
I
like
think-
kissing a
I think-
spectre. It's like kissing a
but-
spectre and
I
expecting
don't-
to survive on a spectre.
Okay.
That's
so,
what you're doing.
Okay, bro.
No, so, but we have
Nidako.
what were you able to do? You told them that you can't even create. You are not a magician to create.
Nidako.
for them.
This is it. The government says that I've been voted into power for
So
a
we are
4-month
fixing.
period.
We are fixing everything.
There's water problem. I'm fixing it.
Yeah.
There's economy. I'm fixing it.
Exactly.
There's so many things I'm doing. And now some people are saying that I know this is not an NDC thing, or you've adopted it too.
Yeah.
Your party have adopted
it's
it too.
not. It's not.
Okay,
NDC.
it's not an NDC thing, I know, but I know that you sympathize with those
Yes.
out there who are saying fix it, and all that. So you've heard what he says, which makes a lot of sense to the person out there that look, the government is fixing things. You say roads are being fixed by the day. Hospitals are being put.
Yeah.
Clinics agenda 111. Hospitals are being done. So when people go out there on the street and say fix it, what are they saying?
What we are saying is that when I
Also,
want-
you are part of that now.
Yes, I've always been part. He knows I've always been part. Let's put my political colors aside. I've always been part. I'm a Ghanaian and I know that the country needs fixing.
No, but he's doing it.
He said
because
some,
he's
he
an
said
NDC,
something
that
that Rome wasn't built in a day. But here lies the case. We have someone that we can refer to, if not for anybody else. We have Kwame Nkrumah. See the impact he had in less than 10 years. Till today, we still mention Kwame Nkrumah because when it comes to infrastructure, he's the one that has done the best. He's provided the most jobs and everything. Fixing the country means that we need you to do stuff. We need you to make things work. We need you we need to see impact in our lives. So if you are not seeing that, then what are you fixing? We are saying that fix the country. Fix the country means that give me a permanent job. If you can't give me a job, make sure that there are favorable conditions whereby I could easily create a job for myself. What happens when the city to dollar rate, when the dollar keeps on appreciating to the city? Then it means that if I want to now create a job for myself, I want to import goods and sell, then it means I need more money from Ghana here. I won't be able to afford what I need. What happens? Then it means that I can't now fix myself. Fix yourself, fix the country means that if you are saying that we are littering too much, what do? Provide dustbins so that in case I do not put whatever I want to throw away in the dustbin, then it means that I'm now the problem. If you also realize
that.
when
We've
I've
done
not
that.
seen much. Honestly, I've not seen much of
Let's-
that.
you listen.
No, but just tell
I've
him
not
like
seen
government
much
has
of
done
that.
that. Government has done that, and you know.
If you think you provided the dustbins and now people are still littering, then what do? Now treat them like toddlers. Give them supervision. Make sure that there's someone.
It's not about. It's not about.
It's all part of fixing.
No, I'm just
I
saying
believe
it's
that
not even
fixing-
about. It's not even about treating them as toddlers. We all know that human beings on their own will not do anything.
Yes.
I always say that the
Yes.
project management plan, project management 101 says that people do what is expected. People do what is inspected, not what is expected.
Yes.
So if you say, just like the case with the Pukwasi interchange. We know, boss, if you go to London, if you go to US and stuff, there are people who want to shit on the street.
Yes.
It's because the system works. It's because there's surveillance and the law will deal with you. That is what prevents people from doing that. So if you put dustbins there, and then you say that I put dustbins there, and so that is it. No, there are people who even come and cut the dustbin off and run away with it.
That's not.
So I think I'm just saying
how it was placed there.
No, I'm even talking about the way when he says that to treat them as toddlers. That's why I'm just saying that it's not even a matter of treating them as toddlers. It's just that it's important. It's that you put supervision there.
That's also part of fixing
because somebody's job.
Fixing the country means that when I want healthcare, even both me and the president can go to the same hospital. The same hospital in the sense that the kind of treatment he gets, I should be able to get the same thing, even if I do not have much funds. That's fixing the country. Fixing the country doesn't mean that when you are sick, fly a jet, go to the US
and
or get treatment, and leave me here. If you think what you're providing for me here is good enough,
and
then why do you leave?
And you're saying that all that is possible if you fix yourself by paying the right taxes.
And as you pay taxes, with what we are paying, what are you doing?
If you come
with what we are paying, what are you doing?
How many percentage?
Let me speak. Let me speak.
No, but.
Even with that 14%, what are you doing with
taxes?
No, hello, but please let's take one. You know, people are out there listening to us and watching us, and if 14% is are those
of 30 million.
I'm just saying, if 14% are there, then the country needs fixing.
Yes. Exactly.
It's not for me and you to go make sure the
people
remaining one.
That's why we are digitalizing the country.
I'm saying so.
So that means we are fixing it.
Okay, so they are telling you to fix it.
Even before digitalization, you could easily fix it.
So how many years? How many years has this government been on? 5 years? You're still fixing it?
Listen, man's wants are insatiable. Listen, even when you go to US,
we can't satisfy everybody.
Exactly.
Yes. But the basis on which you were voted in, you've not fulfilled it at all.
Even when you go to the States, when you go to US is still being fixed. Okay. You can't fix a country. You keep on fixing it.
Okay.
Because it's a continual thing.
The fix is continuous.
2 minutes.
That's why
but we are saying that don't be telling us that you are fixing it without doing anything.
We are doing you are doing.
There are other countries. There are other countries like us. There are other governments who are also in power right now. Let's look at Rwanda for instance. Let's look at Namibia for instance. Go to Namibia. They have the best road network in Ghana. They said at one point they took inspiration from Ghana. Now what happens? Now Ghana now has to also look at Rwanda and go like, these guys are doing it well.
Yeah, we sent a team delegation there.
Thank you. People who took inspiration from Ghana.
Yes, Kenya sent delegation to learn through SHS. That one too.
Thank you.
Should be noted.
To learn through SHS. Yes. Let's not even go to that because if we should go to that, I don't think I'd end today. But the point and case is that you said you were going to fix the country. Give us a timeline. And even with that, there are people who have done better. So if not for
why should they give it?
They gave timelines. Who gave who? That they are going to do everything. You see, at the Baumia said every Ghanaian is going to have a bank account.
Exactly. Every Ghanaian has a bank account.
No, there was a time.
Every Ghanaian has a bank account.
What date did he give a date?
He said by 2018 every Ghanaian should have a bank
account.
Yes,
every Ghanaian has a bank account.
He's going to tell us everything money, even mobile money. Mobile money.
I to say, ATM campus and all the various campuses around. Please, very soon you need to show us all your bank accounts because Mr. Emmanuel Danko says every Ghanaian
has a bank account. Yes, mobile money. You can say
I'm here to find my bank account actually and stuff. And then I think we would move on, but I'd still like you to follow and share, and so that whilst we don't end this conversation here. But then, whilst on the various JCR halls and all that, we still continue to discuss. Maybe those who have not had their bank accounts should go and have it. And also, as we are asking people to fix their attitude, we are asking people to fix the country. As it's raining now, I know most places are getting flooded now. Some Hobson Adoye, Mr. Dako Baumia will tell us that it's our attitude. We need to fix ourselves by not pouring rubbish into the gutters and building in waterways and all that. Yeah. And then I know Mr. Wellington will also be telling us that it's government's fault, because while some people were building on these waterways, they looked on sheepishly and allowed it to happen. And then while it is somebody's job to make sure that the rubbish is taken off, even if some bad ones will put it in the gutter, it's somebody's job to take it out from there. Darko, I think we'll move on straight to our last topic, which is the Black Stars having a new coach. Unfortunately, in the last few matches, the Black Stars have not been doing very well, and so we've had cause to bring on board our former coach, Milovan. And then there are those who argue that he wasn't the best of a disciplinarian, and that it was during his time that Sule Muntari and those guys had their issues. It was during his time that prostitutes were allowed into the hotel rooms of players, and people will still recall the one goal project and all that. So it's been taken with some bit of mixed emotions and all that. What's your take?
Yeah.
In any case, are you a football fan?
I'm not a big football fan, but when it comes to Ghana, the national team, I support heavily. I'm proud to be Ghanaian and I like our national team, but in recent years they've disappointed us so much that we don't even give them that needed attention. What I can say is that I'm very upset that Kosiki wasn't given the chance to prove himself. In this particular period, is our focus just entering this particular African Cup of Nations and the World Cup? Why don't we make it a long-term project? Put a Ghanaian in charge. If he needs more training, let's provide him that training.
How old are you?
I'm in my 20s.
Oh, 20s. That's good. Then I believe your dad.
I don't mind forgoing this World Cup and this African Cup. By the next one, that's in 4 years, time will be better.
It's possible your dad had not even met your mother when Ghana last won a cup.
I can confirm.
So that's why you are a bit patient. Others are not at all.
So I understand where they are coming from. But if our target is just the next what's the name, competition ahead of us, then we might force and do something small there, but we might not even do enough, because that's what we're focused on. But why don't you rather make it a long-term project? I was once a sports player. I was once a hockey player, and I belong to. That's my school's team. My first year in the team, I could see potential. I could see that their focus wasn't to win just one tournament. Okay. That was to make the team a better one.
Okay.
They succeeded. They didn't win, but they succeeded in doing that. But our second year, I could see that yes, what we were driving towards, all the training we were doing, playing with our opponents, having friendly matches, and even training sessions with them, it had all paid off. And in our second year, we successfully won the inter-schools competition. Okay. But in our third year, I was like, at a point, the players who were there at that time thought that, this was our goal. So since we've succeeded at it, then it means that we're already there. Because at that point, that's what they were focused on. When we're focused on doing something long term, we didn't win, but we prepared a good enough team to win the next competition. You get it? Yeah. We could do the same thing with the Black Stars. Coach Milo was good. He was good. We saw the impact he made while he was in Ghana. He took us quite far. But after he left Ghana, how has he performed? He hasn't done so well. You're as good as your last performance. You're as good as your last show. Yeah. And with his last coaching gig, how good was he? He wasn't as good as we wanted. Even Claude Leroy did way better than him. That's what I can see. So if after Ghana he hasn't proved himself, then why are we bringing him back? Why do you bring someone? Why do you bring someone who was good, not someone that is good? You want a person that is currently good, someone that has a potential of doing better, not one that wants to use Ghana to see if he still got the skills. That's not what we want.
Okay. So, any good hopes for us in the next qualifying matches? You think he can make us win?
As a person that believes in the national team, I'm hoping that we can win something. Yes, we'll give him the support. Would watch the games, and if it's a chain that they think can take us there, we'll give it to them. But also, I think is that one of the former coaches also said that there's influence from the GFA and from the ministries and even from the political parties on who should be brought to the camp. And that's what's bringing us down. We are not going for quality anymore, but we are going for people we know.
And that's why the people, those who make the point for Milo says that that's why they need a white coach, because they feel he cannot be controlled. But the typical African, like I say, every person knows somebody who knows someone who knows that guy who's sleeping with somebody. Okay, Dako, your take.
Yeah, okay. I think CK living, CK wasn't treated fairly. In my view, yes, because just playing 10 games, he won 4, lost 4, and played draw 2. But when you take that off Milo played 33 games, he won 14 and he lost 12, he drew 7. So let's say in all, if we should let Kwesi continue, CK Akono continue to also play 33 games, CK would have performed better than.
Could have performed better.
Yeah. Because same points I make to him, that the people who are paying, or the people whose vested interest that you are there, feel that from where you are and where we want to go, the sigma level is a bit.
I'm saying in the view, when you take the performance of CK, 10 games, I've won 4, lost 4, draw 2. When you take Milo, drawn 14, lost 12, and then drew 7. So let's say if CK should have also played these 33 games, and let's say the performance should have continued the same pace, CK could have, when you do the calculation, he would have conceded, and the goals, CK scored 12, conceded 9. Milo scored 40, conceded 32.
Okay.
So if the trend should have followed the same way, CK would have.
He could have lived up.
Yes.
Up to Milo's performance.
Yes. He would have done a little bit better than.
Yeah.
So why was he why was he sacked? To let the same person whose performance
was only satisfactory.
Yes, because even in the time of Milo, our players were in their peak.
Yeah.
The likes of ACN Muntari.
Yeah.
I think that
yes.
You see, so, and even with those players, he didn't really perform much. So I think CK wasn't treated fairly, and I think Milo shouldn't have been there.
Next.
Choice, but I understand today he has won the game. I think.
Okay.
Or did Blaster play? I've heard that Blaster
I know we had some match. I didn't know.
Yes, and I think so. Me, I just pray that like he does better, because we can't do anything now that he has been.
A viewer from Abdurrahman at Donna, he says he's a student at campus. He says I should tell Dako, please tell the MPP man that the MPP government don't have anything to do for Madagascar.
He might be part of thing. Very serious.
We have barely some 5 minutes to go. I would like us to do some quick 2 minutes each from each of you. You all know what is happening in the country. In your own estimation, you've seen things and all that. Taking your political lens off, you know the Americans have something, they say the American dream.
Yeah.
You all know what the American dream is, right? What is the Ghanaian dream? What are your personal aspirations? Aside politics, what's your dream for Ghana? Because you see, we go to school, we have so much dreams, so much hopes and all that. We come out of school, then if you are not lucky, and we don't get ourselves these godfather, godmothers, people and stuff, then we kind of lose out. What are your personal aspirations? And I want you to do this without the politics, without the, be fair, so that that guy out there on campus have to have a dream. You saw the recent research where about 70% of Ghanaian youth want to travel out of Ghana, meaning that they are so disappointed in the country, they are disillusioned. And this was neither NDC, MPP, CPP. It's just the reality staring at them in the face that they feel that if I'm not this man's son, if I'm not this woman's daughter or whatever, then I must travel outside the country. What are your political? I'll start with you.
Okay, so this will take me back to fixing the country. Yes, if we have a better system, if we have a working system, then it means that I have a potential to make it in Ghana here. But since other countries have been able to they've come up with systems that will help them grow more. They've even come here to exploit us. They've come here to create businesses over here. And they even bring some of their people from there here to come and even make more money and add to their GDP. Then it means that they're on the track to even becoming bigger. Our people would go there and they are Ghanaians that have gone. They even never had the opportunity to even own a plot of land, but they own houses in the US. What has the US done right? I myself have spoken to people, and I'm part of the 20%
who want to
to 30% who want to stay in Ghana.
You want to stay?
Yes, I'm part of those who want to stay. And anytime I speak to my friends, they go like, "Is it because you see yourself entering politics?" I go like, "No, I see myself starting here and making it in Ghana here.
No, exactly.
I see myself being part of the solution and not being part of those who would go and only continue complaining." There needs to be a fix, and I believe that I can be part of that.
I'm happy you said you don't want to go into politics.
No, he is in politics already.
No. In fact, everybody is into politics, but active partisan politics.
He will. I know him.
Oh, how do you know?
No, my name is Dapo. He's Dapo. Like,
let's
the O and the U. So I know him. Yes, I'll side with my brother Nida. I think that government needs to continue to fix that. We are fixing it. So government need to continue to fix it. And then to our youth, I think sometimes we should really take our destiny into our own hands and believe that we can still make it here. Because sometimes people will just gather a very huge amount of money, 300,000 Ghana cedi. The person wants to get a visa and then travel outside the country, whereby this money you can still use it to establish a business down here. No matter how bad it is, you surely flourish. Because the likes of Osei Kwame Despite and them, they started very low, but they've made it. So I think that when we put our future in our hands and start somewhere, I'm really, really positive that we'll get somewhere. And I believe in this government that as we are fixing, we continue to fix. And then after we've broken the 8, we continue to be fixing to the end of time. I would like to use this opportunity to say a happy birthday to Dr. Prince Hamid Ahmad, the MP for Kwesi Team. Today is his birthday. So happy birthday, Honorable, and also to His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Happy birthday in advance. Tomorrow is his birthday. So happy birthday in advance, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana.
Prosper Nate says that Dako, excellent presentation. However, they are both my guys though. Apology and goodness. Nidako, please. Bawumia has misplaced his script, so take it easy on him. I skill Ghana GH. She says, why don't we focus on local coach than bringing these guys? And why are we still focusing on the government for development? Let's try to give private sectors the chance by investing to expand their business, which will help create more employment and reduce the pressure on government. We are most grateful. My small take is that, guys, you see, from KG, the base is very big. About 1 million children in school. By the time they finish primary, we have about 800. By the time they finish GSS, we have about 600. Then they go to SHS, and then you see it's reducing. Then it becomes like a pyramid. So many are those who fall on the side, and we don't have any plan. Like now, your investors, everybody is into human resource marketing and all that. The system. How many companies are there to accommodate all these people? And that's why it's creating unemployment. So for me, on that side, I side with those who say fix the country. Government should come up with things. For instance, by now, government should be dictating to the schools
what to teach.
Yes, because the government will say, look, I'm bringing out these companies, so I need 1,000 biochemistry students. I need this. So the schools know these assemblies that we are talking about. They need more lawyers. But look at what we are happening. That's why every day we are finding problems with contracts and all that and stuff. So I think government should take charge.
We can create the demand.
Government should take charge and then so help solve this.
But I think as
quick
we,
one. I think our time is
as
up.
we always say, we don't believe in the government establishing businesses. We believe that we should put the power into the hands of the private people, the private sector.
Yes,
for
but
them
you
to
create
try.
the enabling.
Yes, that's why. So ours is to make sure that we create a very strong economy. Make sure that we tackle the exchange rates, the inflation rates, and everything. Everything should be on point.
And
that's what we are doing.
So that what happens at the ports?
Yeah.
What happens at the ports?
Yeah.
But we've taken some.
Gentlemen, I'm sure the viewers, our gentlemen are youth and they have fresh energy. And if we leave them, they can talk to tomorrow morning. We are happy having you by your TV sets watching us. We are most grateful. Gentlemen, I would like to congratulate and thank you all for being here on this. I know the weather was a bit of a challenge, but you still managed to come through. I really appreciate. And to you guys out there, we thank you for being with us this evening. We hope next week by this same time, 8 o'clock to 9:30, we will be there. We are most hopeful that very soon we will have students coming from WA and Bollinger and all that to represent your schools and your parties on this program. Thank you and have a blissful week.
Hi there. Are you on the tertiary campuses